training on internet. Fellow Toastmasters, my name is Mike Nee. I want to provide a training about my journey to the distinguished Toastmasters. As you can know, Toastmasters, the highest level of credential is DTM, Distinguished Toastmasters. There are only 2% of Toastmasters achieve that level. It's the black belt of public speaking and leadership skills. I want to show you how we get there. It takes about 6 years on average to achieve the black belt. Only 2% of the fellow Toastmasters achieve that. So why so low? It's all about planning and execution. Today I want to tell you about planning and execution. By looking at this tracking sheet, there are two paths leading to the Toastmasters. Both paths are required. The first one is called communication track. The second one is leadership track. I'll give you a copy for this leadership track and the communication track. As a new member, how many of you have obtained the manual of the competent communicator manual, which is this one, and also the competent leadership manual, this one? They are the founding blocks, foundations leading to the distinguished Toastmasters. The CC manual have 10 speeches you will finish, and the CL manual, the leadership manual, you have different roles to take on in the Toastmaster meetings. So you need to build up your both legs together. The research shows that only 20% of the Toastmasters finish CC and CL within 2 years. So we have a very high casualty rate. So we want to, from our SEC Toastmasters, we try to help our members to at least achieve the CC and the CL, the founding blocks, the building blocks of the distinguished Toastmasters. Now let's talk about the first track, which is the speaking track. There are total 4 levels. So this is your level 1, competent communication level, 10 speeches from icebreaker, body language, vocal variety, structure, etc., etc. After that, you will move on to next level, which is Advanced Communicator Bronze. Bronze level requires 10 speeches from advanced manual, such as humorous speech, motivational speech manual, speech on the video, like the one I'm doing right now, or specialty speech. So you finish the 10 speeches at advanced level, you will move on to the silver, called ACS, Advanced Communicator Silver. You have another 10 speeches, advanced speeches to make, and also have some special speech occasions, such as high-performing leader, such as a specialty or building a club special speech. Then the last one is gold, ACG, another 10 speeches, and also specialty speech. So total 45 speeches you'll make in order to finish your first leg, which is the communication track. Any questions? Now let's move on to the second track, which is the leadership track, the bottom one. That one is equally important. Why is that? Because speech communication is about challenging yourself. The leadership track is about challenging, motivating others. That's the hardest one to do, because as a Toastmasters is a non-for-profit organization, we don't have bonus, promotion to motivate people. The only thing is we use our power of motivation to prompt our new members to do more, to speak more. So that one is even more challenging in my perspective. Again, the leadership track have multiple levels as well. You have CL, which is your entry level. You have grammarian role you take on, timing, speech evaluation, Toastmaster of the day. All the roles you take on, you will get credit. So always bring your CL manual when you attend a meeting, because you always get credit when you take on roles. And the credit will be reflected in this manual, and at the end of the day, you'll finish your CL. Then move on to the next level, which is Advanced Leadership Bronze. You will take officer's role at the club level, such as president, treasurer, VP membership, etc. After the year, you'll finish bronze, you move on to the last level of leadership track, which is silver. I believe Dr. Weaver is the silver level now. He's working towards that. He takes on the area governor role, divisional governor role, or even higher. Remember last time we have our division governor visiting our club? That is the role he's taking on. That's one part of the requirements at the silver level. There are some other requirements in the silver level, such as high performance leadership program. For me, I coach the youth for public speaking. That is my HPL, High Performance Leadership Program. I have my mentor, I set up the schedule, I have the execution plan, and also the progress report. So I make five speeches for the HPL. I'm glad to report to you that my HPL has been reported in the August Toastmasters magazine. Talk about youth leadership program. On page 23, 24, they specifically mentioned the youth program I coached, such as the one recently the student completed a YLP, Youth Leadership Program, at the American Chinese School in Herndon, Virginia, called Angelina Zhou. That's the student of mine, and she overcome the fear, the speech fright, and also the program we have made tremendous success in the Herndon American Chinese School. So I'm very glad my youth leadership program or high performance leadership program had made a splash in the Toastmasters world. We talk about the planning, the execution. I have some specific tips for execution. You have 3 things you can think of. One is give speech every week. How can you make that? You need to think of joining multiple clubs. I belong to multiple clubs. One is SEC in the work hours, and also I joined the club at my home area, so it's evening club. So I give speech every week, at least, to keep the momentum. That's one tip. Tip 2 is, how do you select the topic or the theme? You have observing eyes. You always think of something worth mentioning or worth speaking of. I took a vacation in Outer Bank last week. I took the family to the wild horse tour. So after that, I give a speech. I talk about the horse, I talk about the guide, the tour guide, and also I spoke about the state park, the person donating $1 million to preserve that area. So anything you witness, observe, you can give a speech. And the third thing is, how can you make the speech faster and more efficient? What I did is, I have some quick ideas, I write down some keynotes, and I record. I record and replay before the speech, before the club meeting. That saved me a lot of time because I can hear my voice, I can know where to pause and where to insert a quote to make my speech more interesting. So with this, you have your 2 legs of speech track, leadership track. You have the tips. I have join multiple clubs, give speech every time, every week, and also how to write your speech notes or practice by listening. Now, I want to tell you, Toastmasters is a journey. I took 6 years. You may take even shorter time, but you need a planning. You have a 5-year plan. 5 years, you set up a goal, and every year you have an annual plan. And every year you have a monthly plan. Every month you do something. Coach a member, mentor a new person, and every week you have a plan. Now I want to conclude my training by using a quote from my favorite character in The Godfather. Vito Corleone, the Don Corleone, he said, "The great men are not born great, they grow great." It applies to Toastmasters as well. Great leaders and great speakers, they are not born great, they grow great. Speech after speech, meeting after meeting, role after role, evaluation after evaluation. That's how we grow, that's how we develop. So dream higher, do more, speak more, and I'm sure within 4 or 5 years, you will achieve your highest goal, which is the prestigious, distinguished Toastmasters. Thank you.